You're listening to JTE Movie Thinks. Is that the title? Is that correct grammar? All right, we'll go with it. It's a show about movies and thinking. And now, here's your host, every man's hero, JTE.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of JTE Movie Thinks. I say it like that because it sounds more important. And let's talk about the most important person, my guest today, Jenny Nicholson.
That's me.
Jenny, how's it going? It's been a while since I've seen you. You were, pretty big here at Screen Junkies.
Sure.
People absolutely adored your show. You had a Star Wars show. And one thing when I first met you and I started working with you, you have such a different sense of humor, which I would call dry, yet sarcastic, and I think it's very unique.
Good.
And I think you're going to bring a lot of it to the show.
I hope so. Maybe
See,
not.
guys? See what I'm talking about? Oh, man. So good. You've never listened to one of my podcasts before, I'm pretty sure.
God, no.
Of course not. I mean, I apologize for even suggesting that you might have.
Perish the thought.
So basically on this show is I like to talk to people, my friends, my colleagues. I just want to know, what's the last movie they watched? Now, that could be whether you watched it at home, something in the theater, maybe it's on Netflix, maybe it's one of your favorite movies that's on your shelf and you're like, you know what, I feel like watching this again. Or it's maybe something on a plane. But this way, we're not just talking about what's in theaters now. And I like going in not knowing what movie I'm going to talk about because to me, it's just a little more exciting. Like I could plan this thing out for a week and be like, oh, we're going to talk about Die Hard and why it's the best. But you know what? I like to be thrown off and I've seen most movies.
You haven't seen this
Okay,
movie.
I haven't seen this one. And I will say when I was like, I'm going to have Jenny on the show, this is going to be a wild card because you have some fandoms that I definitely have not seen anything of.
Yep.
Bronies for one, My Little Pony. Do you like the brony?
Do
Do you like the word brony?
Oh, sure.
Okay,
because
because it has a certain stigma to it.
I've never minded it. I thought
Okay.
it was stupider when they called the girls Pegasisters. I'm like, if
Did
you're a
not know
girl that
about
likes
that.
My Little Pony, you're just a My Little Pony fan.
Okay, good to know.
It's what it's for. It's for girls.
I'm hoping this now. I'm curious if you watched the movie. Didn't they
I
just
did.
come out with one?
I went to the premiere.
Oh, that's right. We
You
sent
guys
you.
sent me.
We sent you
It
to the
was a
premiere.
surprise. I didn't.
Yeah.
I was stupid. I didn't realize
You
it.
did it?
until-
Oh, you
no,
did it. So you had
they
no
actually
idea.
got me. No, it was
Oh.
a huge surprise.
Good job, Max.
I thought I was there for a Coco junket.
Yeah, that's right. They thought it was cool. I remember watching that video.
Max made a fake itinerary with
Yep.
the Coco logo on it
And
and
I-
emailed it to me.
I remember being around the office and us telling them, hey, we're going to trick. And I was like,
It
Jenny's
worked.
going to flip out.
I'm very hard to trick, but it worked.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm glad as a team we did it.
Yeah, the movie wasn't that good.
Oh, no.
No, but the
Really?
experience was wonderful.
Oh, the movie wasn't
Just
that good?
seeing ponies in theaters brought me a lot of delight and
Mm-hmm.
emotion. But no, it was a pretty bad movie.
Wow. Before we get into the movie you watched,
Yes.
let's just real quickly, are there good animated shows that actually transition to a good movie? 'Cause I used to love Alvin and the Chipmunks as a kid, and the Alvin Chipmunks movie where they're in the hot balloons,
Yeah,
is
that
a
was a
great
great
movie.
movie. Yeah.
But it doesn't have very often. I mean, Mask of the Phantasm, the Batman, I think
Have
is a
you
great
seen
example.
the Hey Arnold Jungle movie yet?
The Huda Huda Huda?
Hey Arnold Jungle movie.
Oh, I missed the Hey Arnold ship. I
Hey
never
Arnold
got on
was
it.
my favorite cartoon
Okay.
as a kid. The Hey Arnold theatrical movie, when it was in its heyday, not a good movie. Jungle
Okay.
movie, great movie.
Wow. And was it recently?
Yeah, it just came out. It was like a weird reboot. Like the 90s
But
kids
not
made
in
it
theaters.
happen.
This is like a
no,
straight to
it was just
DVD.
on Nickelodeon on the channel.
So it does happen. I think it's a little rare.
So good.
Apparently, the My Little Pony did not make it into that list.
No.
But let's hear it. I am excited to hear what the last movie Jenny
you
Nicholson
shouldn't
watched.
be excited.
No, I'm excited. I like the weird stuff, and who knows? Is
well-
it weird?
Well, my friend Bailey and I love to go see bad movies.
Shout out to Bailey.
And yeah, shout out to Bailey. She's funny on Twitter as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she pitched this movie to me that I hadn't even been aware of. It's in theaters now, right
Oh,
now.
okay.
It's not doing so hot. She linked me the trailer, and it's called Forever My Girl.
Oh, is this a Nicholas Sparks type movie?
It is very much a Nicholas Sparks type movie.
Okay, yes,
It's not by him.
Okay,
Have you seen it?
Nope, I've been told it's
I would've been
good.
so shocked. No, JT.
Okay.
No.
Well, friend of the show, William Bibiani. You might know him. He's a critic for IGN.
He
and
loved
for
it.
Crave. He loved it.
Jesus.
He was a big fan of it because I tweeted out I was either going to go see
No.
12 Strong or Den of Thieves.
Okay.
Two very
And he
macho
said,
guy
"See
movies.
Forever My
And he
Girl."
said, "See Forever My Girl," and
He
I
was
was like,
punking you. It was sarcasm.
"No, I think he was."
It was sarcasm.
Okay, well-
those were two very different movies than what Forever My Girl is. I think
Exactly.
it was sarcasm.
I think he was trying to say to me that was a better movie to see that weekend.
God, no.
Okay, well, let me ask you this because I've only seen the poster. From the poster, I see a guy and a girl, a lot of light behind them,
Yep.
and it looks like he had a guitar.
They're in the South.
Okay.
Strap in.
All right,
Strap in.
all right, hold
This
on.
is the story of a
Let me
girl
get the seatbelt on.
who has been. It opens on her wedding day.
Okay.
She's getting in her dress. Her mom's like, "I brought you roses," and her mom hands her a bouquet of roses.
Is her mom the old lady from
They
Titanic?
own a flower shop together. They should be.
Okay.
They should be.
Okay.
It's some woman I'm not familiar with.
Okay. So
And she brings her roses. She's like, "Mama, I'm so sad Daddy's not here because he's dead. Her dad is dead." You know,
it.
the exposition is really well done in this
Okay.
movie. And then her bridesmaids like get a phone call and they're looking at her like, "Oh no, like don't
no.
tell her.
Her
Don't
husband,
tell her."
the groom?
She's
dead?
been stood up.
Oh,
She's been stood up
okay.
by her fiance, who it's not like he's going to be. He already is a famous country singer.
Okay, a bad boy who leaves the girl
So
to
we
altar.
don't see his rise to fame. When the movie starts, he's already a famous country singer.
Okay, kind of like I don't know that many famous country singers. Tim McGraw.
Chris Daughtry?
Okay,
I don't know.
he was American Idol one, was he?
I don't know.
Okay. So we got a Chris Daughtry type.
Yeah, like Tim McGraw,
Stood
sure.
up.
Tim
Well, listen,
McGraw's
that's
like
such
80
a
years
cowboy
old,
thing
yeah.
to do.
Oh,
I get
yeah.
it.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing. We saw that her get stood up,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's later revealed that she kind of pines after him. I would be mad. And like we never get an explanation as the audience of why he stood her up. We just know he didn't show up.
What?
And then it cuts to 6 years later.
Oh,
okay?
there's a time jump.
Yeah.
That's a big time
That was
jump.
the prologue.
Oh, crap. Okay.
That was only the prologue.
Okay.
It cuts to the country singer in his current day life. He's wildly successful. He's
okay.
sleeping with groupies.
Oh, living the dream.
And then he finds out that the only black man in the movie, his friend from high school, has
Okay.
been killed in a drunk driving accident.
Tragic.
For some reason, this is national news.
It's national news.
It's on every TV in the
Was
movie.
he an athlete? Or
Yeah.
what was
No, he's just a
Okay.
man
Okay.
from a town in Louisiana.
Okay.
But for some reason, every time this guy walks into a bar or gets in a car, it's on the TV, it's on the radio, the picture's
Is
right
it say
there.
like friend
It's
of
a slow
Star?
Nope, they don't
Okay.
even know.
So-
They don't know
okay.
he's a friend of the country
That makes
star.
no sense, okay.
It makes no sense. That's how he finds out. I assume it's a drunk driver. They just say car accident.
Okay.
So he's like, I gotta go to my hometown. Or sorry, I gotta go to my hometown for the funeral.
Okay. Well, as you would if your friend died, yes.
Problem is, guess who's in his hometown?
Oh, no.
That girl whose heart he broke.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the groupies.
No,
Okay.
his dead friend.
His dead-
He's a zombie now.
Okay. What? No. Okay. For a second, I thought
That'd
you
be
were
a great
serious.
twist. No, that'd
Okay,
be a
so
great twist.
it's one of those things like there's
They
a broken
reconcile.
relationship.
Yeah.
They meet back up. It's like you broke my heart, but then he's like realizing his hometown, what the real people's life really mean to him.
Yeah.
And she was one of them.
Yep.
And what happens from here?
Well, here's the thing about getting dumped by a famous country singer is Bailey and I were talking about it. We're
Okay.
like, you get stood up at the altar. You're basically like, I want to kill myself, right? That's your first thought, especially if you're a dramatic girl in the South. You're like, I want to kill myself.
You're on TMZ like within
But
a second.
here's the thing. Here's what sucks about it being a country singer. You can't kill yourself. He'll write a song about it.
About
He'll
you.
write a sad song about, and then she
Oh.
went down to the river.
Guaranteed
and
gold
it'll be-
record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his groupies will go, oh, he's lived through such pain. So
Okay.
we were talking about how could you kill yourself that couldn't be made into a smash hit country single.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, drowning yourself, that's the stuff country songs are made out of. Same with taking your daddy's shotgun
yeah.
off the wall. That's one of the most Southern things I've ever heard.
I mean, in that case, it could be like a suicide, murder kind of situation.
That's very Carrie Underwood.
I mean, you could take him out before, then you kill yourself. Then
Well, and that would make
he's
a
not-
great song. Carrie Underwood's whole career's been songs
crap.
like
but
that.
at least it's not him doing it.
You're right. At least it would be a lady empowering
But
herself.
yeah, you don't want to kill anybody,
Yeah,
though.
we
probably.
finally settled on taking an asp like Cleopatra and allowing an asp to bite you.
bite you on the breast.
You can't make that a country song.
I don't know.
You just can't do
Snakes
it.
are pretty country. There's got to be at least
not
3
an asp,
songs.
It's too ethnic.
Oh, but he'll just change it to a snake, and like I feel like there's at least 10
know.
country songs where a country cowboy gets bitten by a snake.
But is there a non-comedic way to write a song called like "A Snake Done Bit My Girlfriend"?
You could say "Snake done bit my heart," and the song is about her.
And the love is venom. It's
Yes,
a metaphor.
see,
Okay, that is a great song.
I'm sorry.
Our whole argument fell
Yeah,
apart.
tell Bailey it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
a great song.
I still have no desire to see this movie.
Well, I haven't told you the good stuff
oh,
yet.
okay, there's more.
There's-
Spoilers for whatever
Yeah,
this movie is called.
spoilers for Forever My Girl. Well, this was in the trailer.
Okay,
This was
oh.
the line that sold me on seeing this movie.
okay.
He goes home and he sees his former love.
Mm-hmm.
And a little girl with brown hair, just like his hair,
Oh, no.
comes running up. Mommy! She's there to the flower shop. And he turns to his former love and he's like, how old is she? And she's like,
6 years old.
she's 6 years old.
Oh,
and then this is the best line in the movie. I didn't know I was pregnant until 2 weeks after our wedding was supposed to be.
Oh.
What a line.
Okay.
What a line. That
Wow.
sold me on the movie. I shut the trailer off right then.
So she
and I
kept
was
it
like,
a
"We're seeing
secret,
it."
'cause-
She kept it a secret.
my
I
God.
don't know why she kept it a secret.
Yeah, did they get into
We're
that in
not
the movie?
told. And here's the thing. When he stands her up, we're like, he's going to have a darn good reason for standing her up. We're going to find out that there was an emergency
Mm-hmm.
or it was some opportunity. He had to go right then. No. He just stood her up. It turns out they bury that the whole movie. But when you find out, it's like, yeah, he just got cold feet.
I hate to say it, but this sounds like another country hit, just being waiting to be made.
You're right.
Found out got a daughter today.
You're right. You're right
like,
today.
yeah, that's another hit for this guy.
It would be great.
I'm convinced this
You can
country
just take
singer.
this life experience back to the big city.
Yeah. I think country music has to be the easiest translation to like life drama into music.
I think so, because it's very literal.
Yeah.
You just kind of enumerate the things that have happened in like a twang.
Yeah.
And that's it.
true.
You've got a country hit.
I saw my daughter for the first time today.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I
they'd
see
rhyme it
this.
with something really basic.
Is there a lot of music in this movie? Like, is there like a
No.
lot of scenes of
There
him
should be,
performing?
right? It should be like
Yeah.
a pseudo musical, like a
Yeah.
Disney musical, like one of the Disney Channel ones where it's about a singer.
Hmm.
They're not really breaking into song, but the songs they sing apply to the plot. That doesn't happen.
Okay.
He sings an opening song and a closing song. That's all you
That's
get.
a musical, though. Now you're talking about a musical.
No, I mean like a pseudo musical, like Camp Rock.
What is pseudo?
Camp Rock, they don't have musical numbers.
Okay.
But when the characters sing, they are conveying story beats.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like Demi Lovato's singing about wanting to be accepted for who she is. But she's a character on stage singing it that knows she's singing.
Okay. Is Demi Lovato in this movie?
No, I'm talking about Camp Rock.
Okay,
Keep
sorry.
up.
Never saw Camp Rock.
Oh, my example's wasted on you.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's
High
a
School Musical.
Is the
all
point
those.
of my illustration.
Okay.
I can't think of any theatrically released pseudo musicals because it's not a very highbrow form of entertainment.
Okay, I agree. I don't like. I'm pretty harsh on musicals. Period.
Have you seen Cheetah Girls?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Are those? Aren't? Doesn't
That's a
Wonder Woman
pseudo-musical.
fight Cheetah Girl?
No.
There's
maybe.
a Cheetah Girl that fights Wonder
Not
Woman.
the Cheetah Girls.
Okay, got
Raven
it.
Simone?
Cheetah Girls. Oh, I know Raven Simone. I know who
was
she
the
is.
Cheetah Girl.
Oh,
She was
okay.
the Cheetah Girl. She was the lead one.
All right, Cheetah Girls.
Yep.
I feel like there should have been a Cheetos Cheetah Girl, some sort of cross
For all I know,
promotion at
there
one
was.
point.
There might have been.
Oh man, we're breaking new ground on the show today.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so this is a category. So you're not putting this in musical category. It is in Nicholas Sparks because that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Kind of type film.
It's a knockoff,
Are you
yeah.
a fan of those kind of movies at all, or do you just go in there with like I'm ready to tear this movie apart?
We usually go to tear it apart.
Like, do you like The Notebook?
The Notebook's a good one.
Okay.
That one's fine.
Like, give me some
I
examples
didn't
of
like
movies.
love it. I wasn't watching it like, oh, the romance, but it was well acted. The story
Okay.
progressed at a reasonable pace. It doesn't feel like overly flabby.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that's a good, competent movie.
So, what are some movies in that category or that like genre that you actually enjoy besides The Notebook?
Oh, probably just The Notebook.
That's it. What
I
are like
mean,
the old
do you
school
mean
ones?
of
Like
all rom-coms?
Yeah, like rom coms. Like, what are some of your favorite rom coms? Because when I think about you, I don't think like
Ooh.
Jenny Nicholson's watching a rom com
No, I
tonight.
don't really like rom-coms that much. I definitely have ones that I'd categorize as like guilty pleasures because
Hmm.
my mom, she's not very like filmy, like film theory, whatever.
Okay.
She loves rom-coms.
Okay.
And so does her sister, my aunt. So whenever my aunt was visiting, they would put on rom-coms like constantly.
Okay.
So I've seen a lot of rom-coms. I don't think I have any that are favorites, but there are ones that are like nostalgic for me now. Like the biggest one is
Interesting.
You've Got Mail, which is a
Yeah.
horribly dated
Which is a remake of
rom-com.
Sleepless in Seattle, basically.
No, it's not. It's a
the
remake
same-
of
it's-
a movie called Shop Around the Corner.
Yeah,
from
but it's
the
Meg Ryan, Tom
50s.
Hanks. Two people who kind of meet each other through a weird way.
Well, that's like saying all those Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence movies are remakes of each other, which they kind of are.
Oh God, what have they done besides American Hustle?
They did like
Silver
3 movies
Lining,
in a row together, and
Serena, or something
only
that.
like one of them did well.
Yeah,
But
Silver
they were in a
Linings.
lot in a row.
So, do you remember like here's the thing. People know me. I'm a big action junkie fan.
Mm-hmm.
I love drama, war films. I usually don't talk about romantic comedies very often. And honestly, when I do the Schmodown, it's one of my weaker
Oh,
categories.
that's a category?
It is a
I'd
category.
sweep.
You would sweep romantic.
Maybe.
You probably would.
I probably would. I bet they're pretty easy questions with that in mind. So.
I will say though, like there are some romantic comedies out there or romantic films that I really enjoy.
Which ones?
First of all, I'm going to go with a little one not a lot of people talk about,
Okay.
but I think has a cult following.
Okay.
It's called One Fine Day.
I don't know.
George Clooney, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Okay.
Two divorcees who have kids who like watch each other's kids. All takes place in one day. George Clooney's like a journalist. It's just a charming damn movie. Like it's on HBO and Cinemax once in a while. It's one of those movies like every time I turn it on, I just totally buy the relationship, and it's very lighthearted, and it's just fun. And I don't like, to me, I don't like the romantic films that are just like, I love you, drama,
Yeah.
the wife is dead. Like one of the Nicholas Sparks movie, like the wife is dead and is like
They're
hooking
very
up.
dramatic. His aren't even rom-coms. They're just straight roms.
They're straight
Rom-droms.
rom-drums.
Rom-droms.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's a better.
You did
way to
remind me
combine
though.
those.
Crazy Stupid Love was a good one that I would
Yeah,
consider a
okay.
rom-com. It kind of barely counts. But
I feel like the more recent ones are the
good.
ones I missed. Like I never saw that movie
that was
either.
good. It's got Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone. I recommend it. It's probably on Netflix.
A couple weeks ago, I was going through the cable stations, and I came across Dirty Dancing.
I've actually never seen that.
And damn it, if I'll say it right here on the show, I enjoy
You love
Dirty
Dirty
Dancing.
Dancing?
I don't love it, but
You
I
love it?
damn enjoy
It's your
it.
favorite movie?
No, but I damn enjoy that movie.
Wow.
Listen, Patrick Swayze, the guy is just oozing
know he
charisma.
died?
Yeah, he died, but
you know
not
that?
Dirty Dancing.
No, I just wanted to make sure you knew.
No, trust me, I knew.
Okay.
I screamed throughout the skies, and you could hear it for miles.
Just like in Ghost.
Just like a ghost. You've never seen Dirty Dancing? That's surprising to me.
No, but I've seen Ghost.
I do not like Ghost?
No.
Come on, Ghost is fun.
pretty bad.
Really?
Have you heard Ghost the musical?
No.
Weak musical.
That sounds bad. Like that doesn't transition to musical.
Had
for
some
me.
good like power vocals from
Okay.
the lead female, but not a good musical.
The Whoopi Goldberg
It's
character.
a lot of British
singing her?
people trying to do Brooklyn
Oh,
accents.
they're British.
Yep.
Who plays
it
Whoopi
started
Goldberg?
It started in London, I think.
Who plays Whoopi Goldberg?
A black woman. You think they don't have those in England?
I think they do. I'm just curious if it was like somebody famous or just like
I think she is famous, but I cannot remember her name. I
Like,
think she was the only
okay.
like name in the musical.
I could see her
I think she's
musical
Broadway
numbers.
famous, so you wouldn't know who
I
she
wouldn't.
was, and neither would
no,
I, kind of thing.
No idea.
Yeah.
But I feel like her performances could be actually pretty fun. Like
She had like a fun song.
okay.
She had a couple fun songs.
Wait a minute. So where did you see that?
Oh, I watched
Did
it
you?
online.
Oh, okay.
I watch like every musical. I'm not flying to Broadway to see Ghost the musical.
For a second, I pictured you in an audience in London with like a little
Monocle?
visor,
Yeah,
a monocle, like
My
watching
opera
ghosts.
glasses.
Watch.
It leaves something to be desired.
This is good Broadway Ghost.
Yes, it's not quite what I expected when I came to London.
You fly out all the way to London just to see Ghost.
Only to see Ghost.
Hey, you know what?
I gotta see this.
Spencer Gilbert, I believe last year
Was in Ghost the musical.
No, but he flew to London just to see the Harry Potter play.
I would do that.
Yeah,
And it's not even good, and I would do that.
Oh, you've seen it?
I've heard it's very bad. I
Oh,
haven't seen it.
really?
I read the book. I read
Oh,
the screen.
Spencer Gilbert. Spencer Gilbert gave it a pretty good thumbs
You
up.
liked it?
Yeah,
God, maybe you have to be there.
yeah.
It
maybe.
doesn't read very well.
Also, you read it, so you didn't see like
They
YouTube
published
video.
the script as a book.
Oh, okay.
To accompany the play because they still wanted money from everyone that couldn't go to London.
Totally.
I would still like to see it as a play just for the experience of that
Okay.
because I'm such a completionist about Harry Potter. I'm very into Harry Potter.
Understood.
I don't know if I'd go to London just to see it. I'd sightsee while I was there.
I get that. I'm trying to think of some other romantic comedies I like. I mean, listen, Patrick Swayze is just the best. I like him in anything he does.
Have you seen No Reservations?
Hold on, is that the one with
the
Diane Lane?
restaurant? No.
No,
No, it's
Who is
like
it?
they have a restaurant. It's
it sounds familiar. It's
what's her face?
Catherine Zeta-Jones, yes.
Yeah, that one.
I did see it, but
It's weird. It feels like it's like a real film. I saw it a couple weeks ago. It was like
okay.
on TV. And it's like you're watching it and you're like, this is a good rom-com because
Mm-hmm.
it feels like a real movie. Like the acting and the editing was very slick.
Okay.
It had a well-developed protagonist. She has like her own hang-ups and stuff. And then as soon as Aaron Eckhart, the love interest, comes
he's
in,
the love interest,
it falls
okay.
apart.
okay.
Because you just don't care about their relationship.
Ah.
Her life was more interesting before he arrived.
Gotcha.
So that one has a good first 30 minutes. I recommend the beginning of that one.
All right, guys. So if you catch that on cable, give it a good 30 and then
Yep.
bow out.
It's just enough time to like eat a meal while you're watching
Yeah.
it and then shut it off when you're done.
I mean, it's kind of corny to say, but like some of the obvious ones, like I remember when Jerry Maguire came out in theaters. Like that
Yeah.
movie was a big deal.
It was, and I don't really understand why. I don't think it holds up.
I'll be honest with you, I have not revisited it in many years.
I've only seen it once, but
Okay.
I was like, it's just a weird movie.
I think by putting football in there, it got me interested right away.
That's for the men. That's why they do
yeah,
it.
it's kind of a Trojan horse thing where like we got a romantic movie here, but we're going to disguise it as a /sports movie. The thing is,
I
like,
would not call it a sports movie.
no, but I
though.
mean, it has like a sports
mentions
element.
sports.
The fact there's like the draft with Jerry O'Connell,
Yeah.
Cuba Gooding Jr. trying to get a contract. Like,
It's more
there's
about
things
the
I
people
like.
that work in the industry of sports
Yes.
than sports, though.
Which
It's
is-
definitely a bait and switch.
Which is cool, and I thought was actually something that was interesting. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in stuff like that. There's a movie with Kevin Costner called Draft Day, which is not a very good movie, but like
That
I
was
enjoy
recent,
it.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
because
a
it
few
just
years
shows
ago.
you a different aspect of sports. But Tom Cruise, listen, he's good in it. Do you like The Cruise? No. Why?
He creeps me out.
Okay, I mean, like,
You're like, yeah.
but like,
Fair.
I guess I'm able to just like watch the movies and be like, all right, these are entertaining.
Yeah.
And he's given some really good performances. Have you seen like Magnolia, Born on the 4th of July?
Yeah. I've seen
Vanilla
Born on the 4th of
Sky.
July. Vanilla Sky, yes, I've
Yeah.
seen that
Okay.
one.
Do you like any of those movies? Like, now, do you not like those movies because he's in it, or do you just not like those movies?
I think that might be part of it. I think if I had been, older when he was in his heyday, I would be more able to divorce what I know of the man from
Okay.
watching him in movies. But like, you see him in real life and he's clearly a crazy person.
Yep.
And you see him in movies and he's clearly a crazy person trying
Okay.
to act. And
Yeah.
you're like, it doesn't ever get past
Wow.
that for me.
Interesting. I guess because I grew up with him when he wasn't a crazy person.
Yeah, see, I think early in his
Yeah.
career, when you think he's a sane man, his performances just seem very earnest and like,
Yeah.
like he's really putting his all into it.
Okay.
And then you find out he puts his all into everything because he's a crazy man.
True. Yeah. Scientology
Yeah,
is a
it's a
whole
little
other
scary.
thing. Man, I hope there's like document. I hope just like how like years after JFK was assassinated, like the files were released.
Yeah.
I hope like 20 years from now, like files are released about Scientology, and we just learned so
Too
much.
much money in it.
No.
it'll still be going strong.
You shut that down quick.
Nope.
You're like, nope, it's not gonna happen.
Nope.
So like, I hate again to be more cliche. One of my favorite romantic comedies. Another friend of the show, Ken Knapsack, agrees, and it's a classic in my opinion. When Harry Met Sally. Have you seen this?
I have.
Now, what are your thoughts?
I think it's fine.
I'm interested. Like, how long ago did you see it?
2 years maybe.
Okay, that's not bad. Because here's the
Yeah.
thing: I watched it when I was like in high school, and I was like, it was fine.
Yeah.
But once you've gone through some relationships and you've lived life, when you're more of an adult and you go back and watch it, it was so much more relatable
more
to me.
resonance, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, this movie that I thought in high school was like okay, I just wasn't ready for it. Like, I could still enjoy it for some of the comedy, but after actually living some life and being in some relationships, I just absolutely adored it so much more. And I would say, maybe give it a rewatch.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
So let me ask you this. If I was going to say, like, what is your favorite romantic comedy? Or just romantic film?
Ooh.
Something that fits in these films that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
What would you put up there?
I mean, I just said Crazy Stupid Love. Maybe
Really?
I would put
It's
that
high
one
up
up
there.
there. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe I
crap.
would put that one up there. It's pretty recent, so maybe it needs to like age a little and see if it holds up. But then there's other ones where you're like, is it a rom-com? Like Shaun of the Dead, you could say is a rom-com. It's about their relationship,
guess,
but
yeah.
I wouldn't really count it.
I wouldn't really count that either.
And for the same way, I almost question whether Crazy Stupid Love counts because it feels more like a comedy movie than a rom-com.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It's hard because I haven't seen it. How about Love Actually, which I think a lot of people consider to be the mother of all?
I think that one, it's got its like cheesiness, but I do think it's like very rewatchable. So
It has charm.
yeah, it's charming and
Yep.
it feels really competently made, which is a lot like you can't say that about a lot of rom-coms.
Yeah.
It felt like it was made with care and an actual desire to tell an interesting story, where a lot of
Totally.
rom-coms feel like they get a base premise and they just want to make a quick buck.
Which is okay. Like, here's the thing. When I go see a movie like The Commuter or Nonstop, I know I'm going in
Did
for
you
a
see The
cheese.
Commuter?
No, I didn't see The Commuter. I wish I did though, because I heard it's like horribly bad in a good
Yeah.
way. But I go in knowing like I'm not coming here for pure cinema. I'm coming here because this is a genre I enjoy, and they're putting an actor I enjoy in that genre, and it's gonna have a weird little plot and some action. I think the same thing is for romantic comedies. They don't have to be the best of the genre.
That's true. I miss the Meg Ryan days.
Yeah,
I
like-
miss when she was in everything.
She was in French Kiss, You've Got
Yeah,
Mail,
she's
Sleepers
in
in
a
Seattle.
lot of rom-coms.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston had quite a run too, if I remember, in the early
Yep,
2000s.
Reese Witherspoon had her era
Oh yeah,
as well.
Sweet Home Alabama.
That was not a good movie,
didn't see
but
it.
she's charming. She's a good actress.
Yeah, well, for some reason Gerard Butler did it. I don't know why.
Oh yeah,
He was in a bunch.
He
Him
was
and Katherine
in,
Heigl.
He was in Maid of Honor, which is one of the worst rom-coms
Oh.
I've ever seen.
Didn't see it.
Even the title is a misstep. The pun is
Maid
that
of Honor.
the pun is that it's spelled
Okay.
Made.
Okay.
Like someone is maid of
Yeah.
honor. It's supposed to be a pun on the fact that he's a male maid of honor.
Oh,
Like it's
okay.
supposed to be, I guess, a pun between
Let me
male
guess. She falls in love
and
with
maid.
She falls in love with them, and they end
He
up
just
being
seems
married.
like a jerk because she's like happily going to her wedding. He's like her jerk friend that's never been interested in her before, and now he's like, I want to ruin her wedding. It was the worst movie ever.
Is that Katherine Heigl?
No, I don't remember who the woman was.
that's
And there was
sad.
this mean-spirited running joke about how there's like a fat bridesmaid, and she's like, I want to lose weight, and she's like earnestly trying to lose weight, and the movie just keeps ridiculing her for daring to try to lose weight while being fat. So they'll have like a joke where like the seams of her clothing will bust, and it's like,
no.
stop!
That's
like,
horrible.
Why? It's so mean-spirited. It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in theaters.
I gotta be honest. I'm trying to think of like horrible now rom-coms, but there's
Yeah.
not. I avoid them.
Yeah.
I don't see that many of them. Like,
I've seen a lot.
I'll say this: I was dating a girl years ago, and she dragged me to see the sequel to Bridget Jones's Diary.
Oh God.
And
How's that? I've never seen Beyond the
That's
first
the thing.
one.
I had never even seen the first one at that point. So I was going into
Oh.
a sequel for a movie I've never seen the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't very good. And I think it was the first one did well critically, and
Yeah.
it made a lot of money.
And the second one, I don't think did.
Did
I
not.
think the third one weirdly did do well critically.
Oh,
but I
think,
haven't seen
yeah, and that
any
was
of
like
the other.
last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was recent.
Yeah, but I remember watching that movie like, oh, that was horrible. And I kind of feel like I probably should give the first movie a chance one day but I just have that rotten sequel in my mind. Like, I don't even want to think about that film. It was horrible.
Yeah, it'd probably be hard to go back to.
Yeah,
after
it's pretty
seeing the
bad.
sequel.
So yeah, romantic comedies, not my thing. I don't know. Is there like a romantic actress or actor right now that is like, that's their genre? Because it feels like these actors
No,
get into
in fact,
it.
this is not an era of rom-coms. Like, I remember
That's
when I
true.
was like, I don't know, around like 2007.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the peaks of rom-coms. Like, there were a lot in the 90s.
Interesting, okay.
There were a lot around like 2007, 2009.
Mm-hmm.
They were making a lot of rom-coms. And just the terrible ones. Like, I think that's around when Maid of Honor came out. A lot of those slapdash
Made
ones.
in Manhattan.
Made in Manhattan, I think, was
Yep.
around then. Maybe a couple years before. That's also a bad movie. And
Yeah.
The Wedding Planner. I hate The Wedding Planner. Oh my God, I hate Runaway Bride. That's such an
Julia
unpopular
Roberts.
opinion. I hate Runaway Bride.
Which was the team up of one of the most
Richard
famous
Gere and
romantic
Julia
comedies,
Roberts.
Pretty Women.
Yeah.
Do you like Pretty Women?
Pretty Woman's okay.
It's pretty good. I'll be honest.
It's problematic.
Been a long, yeah, there's probably things in there that haven't quite aged well. I haven't seen it
Yeah.
in so long.
Just the whole nature of it, like the whole time you watch it, you have to take it as a fairy tale. Because if you think too much, you're like, this would never work. This is not going to end well. They
Could
would
be
never
wrong,
stay
but
together.
I'm sure a guy wrote that movie.
Oh, it's Gary Marshall, right?
He directed it. Did he write it?
I
Though?
don't know. I
Like
have no idea.
only a guy would write. I just want to fall in love with a prostitute who doesn't
Oh my
who
God.
doesn't just want
Is
me
that
for
a
my
male
money.
fantasy?
I don't think so, but I feel like it's not a female fantasy. So
Yes,
by
it is.
Oh.
Well, I'm not
I
saying
apologize.
I'm not saying that specifically, but look at 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay.
The fantasy of like a man that's in a position of power over you that has
got
no
it.
reason to be nice to you,
Oh, okay.
wants to give you all of his wealth and money, and likes you for who you are, and not that you're a prostitute who had sex with him for money.
Oh, interesting.
How is that not a female fantasy?
I guess so, but she is a
She's
prostitute.
like, you
in
can
this.
just pay me for sex, and he's like, no, I love you for you. That is a female fantasy.
Interesting. Okay.
JT.
Listen, you'll know.
I wouldn't expect a man to
I was
understand.
about to say you would know better than I would. So
Yeah, no, that's a huge trope.
I concede.
The idea of the poor woman who's like, oh, she's just a servant to him,
Trying to
but he
think-
loves her for who she is.
What would a guy's like ultimate romantic comedy drama be? I'm trying to think.
I think for
That's
them, it's
tough.
always tied into an action movie because they have to have the
Yeah,
empowering fantasy of
kinda
being
like
like
Save
a
the Girl.
strong badass.
Okay.
And then there's also a hot woman, and not necessarily a damsel in distress. I don't think that's actually that popular of a male fantasy.
Okay.
Maybe he can save a girl, but they also want her to be like sexually confident.
Interesting.
Like, you know, the sexy spy woman that's like, but I'm still attracted to you.
I think it'd be like. I think mine would be like saving a girl who is like maybe kidnapped, but
A child?
someone I run into like at a train station. I'm not a child. But like if I run into a girl, we have like an instant attraction, and like,
Like one of the kids on the milk carton, you want to save them.
well, maybe she was, but now she's older.
Oh, she's
She's
okay,
of
how old
legal
is she?
age, Jenny.
How old is she?
She's 27.
Oh, that's nice. You went a little higher
she's
than most
high.
people.
Yeah, thank
okay,
you.
Okay.
You can minus her.
You don't cap out at 25 like a lot of guys.
Exactly. So and then I meet her in like a train station, and we're like just getting off the. Maybe we're getting. You know
Okay.
what? We're getting off a plane, and we
Why is she
sat
on
next
a
to
train
each
if
other.
she's been kidnapped?
No, this is
Okay, okay.
the kidnapping's coming, Jenny.
Oh, okay. So she wasn't on a milk carton.
No, she wasn't.
She was, but then she was found, and now she's about to get kidnapped again.
So it's one of those things where like the movie starts kind of like Red Eye, where like Rachel McAdams.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah,
That's a great rom-com.
That's a great rom-com where they have like instant attraction, but like they're just kind of getting to know each other. And then like maybe like as we're walking out, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should ask for her number. And that moment, a white van pulls up and pulls her into the van, and I'm like, oh my
where's the
god!
airport security?
But no one else saw it.
Where's the airport
No one else saw it. They
security, JT?
distracted the security by like someone
They're
yelled.
about to hit a red light anyway.
Someone yelled bomb. So I have to like jump in like a
Are
car.
they in the terminal pickup circle?
Yes.
Because there's red lights like every 30 feet. They're not getting
It's at
far.
the Lyft Uber section.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
we
So
both
they're going
ordered,
to just, zoom
we
out.
both ordered Uber. So now like I get in the Uber
You should
that
have
was
shared
behind.
your Uber. That was your first mistake.
Exactly.
Should've been more
They don't let
gentlemanly.
you pick who you share it with.
You should have just offered it to
I
her.
should have.
Been
But that's why I'm
swamped by it.
guilty. And I jump in an Uber. And it's a foreigner who's like the comedic relief.
foreigner?
Yeah, but he's like the comedic relief of the
You can't say foreigner.
Yeah, I can. He's like, he's a foreigner who's like, he's
What
the
nationality of foreign is he?
he's from Russia.
Okay.
And he's like
That's
the,
good. Pick a white foreigner.
Exactly.
It doesn't seem as racially
Why? Why'd you
charged.
automatically go not white?
I mean, if foreigner, if you mean like someone that's like... I'll leave it there.
So, but he's the comic relief in the story. So, like,
Okay.
he's the guy who's not part of the story, but now is a part of it. Because I'm like,
he
we
have a
gotta go
goofy
save
accent?
that girl. Of course, he has
Who
a
would
thick
you cast?
accent. I would cast.
Gotta be an older guy, right?
Liev Schreiber.
Oh, so it's like a hot comic relief.
I didn't say he
foreigner.
had to be. One thing,
I was
foreigners are
picturing,
hot.
I was picturing like that guy that always plays rapists.
Oh Jesus!
Sorry.
I don't know.
He was Eric Selvig in Thor. He was in
Oh,
Girl
yeah,
with the
yeah.
Dragon Tattoo.
Skarsgård,
Skarsgård,
yeah.
the old one.
I hate to be an actor to be
I would
known
love
as the
to
guy
see
who
him
always
try to do a
rips people.
Russian accent.
He does it in Thor, kind of. It's kind of
No,
Russian.
he's like Swedish.
Swedish.
It's his
Oh,
real
it's
accent.
European, at
I would
least.
love to hear a Swedish man try to do a Russian American accent.
I'm with you. So now I'm in the car with
Liev Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber, who's my Uber driver. I had to convince him to follow the van.
Sexy leading man type is
Yeah.
going to be your
I'm
comic
the, I'm the
relief.
more lovable. I'm the lovable kind of guy who rises to the occasion.
Okay.
See, okay, so
He looks like a real action hero, and you're like, follow
part-
that car.
It's a
He's like-
romantic comedy, Jenny.
You're right. This would be good. Okay.
This is not a drama action. It's a
That
comedy
would be
also.
funny if it was like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, but here's the twist. It turns out she's like the daughter of the ex-president.
What?
Yeah.
You lost me.
No, because like I like it. Like you're saying, this is a guy fantasy movie.
It's Malia Obama?
No, it's not Leo Obama. It's not. It's a fictional movie. It doesn't have to be actual president. So like the movie is like the guy fantasy is you're rescuing a girl who you like, but then she becomes to be like way more important than you thought she was, and she's probably like rich.
Oh, so she still has to have the financial security wrapped
Yes.
in. Okay.
Right?
All right. But you fall in love with her before you know that.
Yes, exactly. That's
So
why
you
like
save her,
you've already
you embrace and kiss, and then
Yeah.
she says, maybe you've heard of my dad,
yeah,
Barack
and-
Obama.
and right there, Air Force One lands like on the
Barack
tarmac
Obama
where we
steps
are.
out and thanks you personally for
Yes.
saving his daughter.
See, I think that's a good one.
I think that both the Obama girls are now over 18.
I'm not going for the Obama girls. They are. Not,
Actually, no, I think the younger one is not.
I don't know their ages, Jenny. I don't. I
know.
wasn't keeping
Sasha
track.
and Malia.
Okay.
Sasha's the older one, right?
That is their names. Yes.
Yeah, Sasha's older.
She is dating somebody. I saw that.
Sasha's
on
like
TMZ.
20 now, I think.
Okay.
So it could be Sasha.
It could be, but I
Why
don't.
wouldn't you want it to be
I want it to
Sasha?
be some. I don't want people to see the movie and be like, "Oh, that's Sasha."
Sasha
I want.
Obama as herself.
I don't think she's a good actress. I don't think she'd be a good enough
It'd be
actress.
someone playing Sasha Obama. It would be Zendaya. She was great in
Oh,
Greatest Showman.
Zendaya.
She's a very beautiful girl.
She was good. I didn't
She
see.
would be great in that role.
I didn't see Chris Showman, but I did see Spider-Man: Homecoming.
She's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
She's,
How old is
she's a
she?
Beautiful girl. I think she's 20.
Okay.
She's too young for Zac Efron is the
She's-
answer, and yet they were the romantic leads in Greatest Showman.
Understood.
It's very weird seeing them cross generations of
What
Disney
would you
kids.
call my movie?
I would call it, Taken My Heart.
Taken. Okay, I
But
get it.
Taken
Taken.
is like the movie Taken. It's
Uh-huh.
a spin-off. It's like 10
Okay.
Cloverfield Lane where it's set in the same universe.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one too.
Okay.
The Chosen Air Force One. That's horrible.
Wow.
That was
This
horrible.
is why you're not naming the movie.
We're going with yours.
We'll workshop that.
What
It's
did you say?
fine.
Taken my heart.
Taken My Heart.
I like it. That's
Yeah.
way better.
It
I
is.
apologize for even trying.
I know. Why'd you try?
I don't
You weren't
know.
going to one-up that.
I did come up with a pretty good movie.
It's a good movie.
All right.
I think that would be my favorite rom-com.
I gave you my romantic
Okay,
comedy
your
drama.
ideal romantic comedy.
Let's hear yours, and that's how we'll
Oh.
end the show.
Ooh, okay.
What is Jenny's?
Let's see.
Starring Jenny E. Nicholson.
Am I the main character as myself?
You're the main character yourself, just like I wasn't mine.
Me, Jenny. Jenny is the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see. It would probably open at an airport.
Okay. We're going with the similar theme. Okay.
I meet this girl that's like on the plane with me,
Okay.
and she's like a beautiful African American young woman.
Okay.
We like have this great friendship connection.
Okay.
We follow each other on Instagram.
Oh, like
over the course of the flight.
Okay.
We find out we have a lot in common.
Okay.
And it's like we should meet up sometime. Like we both live in the same city. It's like yeah.
Okay.
She gets outside, gets pulled into a white van.
Okay. Wait. First of all, who's playing her?
Oh, Zendaya.
Okay. Okay.
She gets pulled into a white van. And then I'm like, oh my God, security, airport security.
Okay.
Where are you guys? And then a TSA agent runs out.
Played by me as a cameo.
It's Tobey Maguire.
Oh, I thought I was getting a cameo.
No, we do see you as a cameo in the background getting into an Uber and looking like.
And Liev Schreiber's in there with me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is
Liev Schreiber's making a cameo.
Oh my God, it's a sequel.
No, it's like an alternate universe fan fiction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an AU fic.
Okay,
a coffee
I got it.
shop AU.
Okay.
And then Tobey Maguire runs up. He's like, what happened? I was like, that girl, she's been pulled into that van. She's been taken. She's
Okay.
been taken by that man. You have to say the word taken because
Uh-huh.
that's what ties it back into the franchise.
Okay.
And then Tobey Maguire looks into my eyes and I look into his
Oh no.
and we realize that we've like forged this amazing connection.
Oh, and you forget about the girl.
We forget about the girl.
Oh no.
And then later, like in the background of a shot, you'll see on a TV, President's daughter taken by Russians. I don't know.
Oh my God. It's like a B story
It's the B
to my
story.
A story.
Yes,
And then-
exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
I think you blew my mind.
It's in a cinematic universe, JT.
taken my heart. How do we?
Tobey Maguire and I have a very passionate and short-lived affair
Oh,
here
okay.
in Hollywood where those kinds of things happen.
Oh, so it's actual Tobey Maguire, not just the actor.
Tobey Maguire's himself. He was working at TSA
Okay.
because he's not getting a lot of movie gigs
Okay,
these
got
days.
it.
He hasn't done a lot since
he was
Boss
doing
Baby.
Maybe he was doing it for research. Like he's
Sure.
gonna do a role.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my God! And I was at the Magic Castle a couple weeks ago,
Was he there?
and I'm not going to say who it is. I don't want to be a jerk, but
Okay.
I did valet parking, and the person who parked my car was an actor from something that I recognized.
Oh no.
And I realized that you can't tell an actor you recognize them when they're working a crummy job
Oh no.
because they'll just feel bad.
Did you say anything? Did
No.
you? Oh.
No, I didn't. And he was the one that drove my car up to the
Oh,
thing.
man.
And I wanted to go, oh, I know you from, but I knew it would just like bum him out.
That would-
So
yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, that's
It was, yeah.
the worst kind of fame.
It is.
You're after the
very
show. You're gonna
uncomfortable.
tell me.
I will. I'll tell you who it
this
was.
is-
You probably won't be familiar.
All right. Well, listen. We talk about romantic comedies. We pitched two of the best romantic
I wasn't
comedies.
done with my Tobey Maguire.
Oh, you
No, that's
keep
fine.
going. No, please
Fine.
cap it off.
Well, we were gonna go to his hometown in the South. It was gonna be this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Go back to his roots.
You
I
have
don't
to,
know where
like-
he's from, but in this story, it's Tennessee.
And his family doesn't like you because they're like prejudiced against
Because I'm a
YouTube
city
stars.
girl. I'm a city girl, and they
thought-
don't trust all the computer stuff.
Yeah, and you're a YouTube star, and they're just like, that's not way
And
to
there's
work
like
a
a lot
living.
of comic slapstick of me trying to milk cows or something.
He owns a farm.
Yeah, of course. His family owns
of course.
a farm. But then in the end, our differences are settled by our love. And
Okay.
we get invited by Melania Obama to her welcome home party, and we
Oh.
share our first kiss in our reconciled relationship there.
Okay. Am I at the party? Because
Oh, of course you are.
okay. So I want to
Yeah.
make sure.
Yeah, it's a double wedding at the end, like a Jane Austen novel.
I can see like a camera focus where you say "I do" and then the focus
It
changes
pulls
to
back
me,
and you're in the
and I
foreground
say
with
I,
Malia.
and I do.
Yeah.
Ah, people.
Yep.
This is a good time to remind everybody I have a Patreon, and if you want to see this movie or some version of it ever be made,
What's your goal? What's your stretch goal to make this film?
oh man, how much do you think we need?
I mean, I feel like we can get Toby, but Zendaya's going to be expensive.
Zendaya's
right now.
gonna. We might have to get like. Well, let's punch the budget up more,
Okay.
and we'll hire an actress that looks like her. Then we'll digitally put Zendaya's face on it.
Right, mocap.
So we're gonna need a
It'll
lot
be
of
a
post
mocap, so
production.
we'll get Andy Serkis.
We'll get a lot of post production work on this. So
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be what 15, 20 million.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'd say 20 to be safe.
Renting out LAX for a day is gonna be expensive.
It doesn't have to be LAX. We'll just put signage on any airport.
Okay.
We'll rent out Santa Ana.
See, this is why
One smaller.
we're gonna make the movie because
Exactly.
you know how to do
I know
this
how
stuff.
to do this.
So guys, I have a Patreon. Go ahead and it's at what is it? Patreon.com/JTE April Dawn. It's to support me on my YouTube, all that good stuff. But before we go, we're gonna do what I always do. I tweeted out that we were recording this podcast.
What are we going to do?
I'm
So we
gonna
got
read. I'm
Twitter
gonna read,
questions?
Yeah, basically, I said
Which some questions? Twitter?
I tweeted out name me the last movie you watched, and we will real quickly. We're gonna do like a speed round.
Okay, if we've seen it.
Yeah, if
No
we've seen it,
promises here.
what our thoughts are.
I have not seen a lot of recent movies.
Okay, well then I'll try to skip the more recent ones. Here's one you probably haven't seen. David A. Benitez said he saw Phantom Thread. Did you see this?
I didn't.
Okay.
Daniel Day-Lewis's last movie.
Yeah, apparently.
Before he crawls into a hole.
I hope it's one of those things where he just comes out of retirement because he's like, you know what?
Was it great? I heard it was a dad movie.
Interesting. I wouldn't say that.
Theaters full of dads.
I think it'd be dads and moms, or maybe aunts and moms. But
Wow.
yeah,
I know it's about clothes, but Daniel Day-Lewis, I heard it's a dad crowd it's bringing.
I like the movie. And it got a lot more nominations than I thought I was going to give her like Oscars. And it's worth seeing it for the main two actors, but it's not something I'm going to like revisit a bunch.
Okay.
Let's see. Angel at Angel Z167. Mother.
Mother. I did see Mother. It was a delight.
Did you like it?
No.
Okay, neither.
It was a delight. Did you see it?
I did. I saw it in
What
theaters.
a surreal experience.
It's one of those movies when you watch it, I'm like, I get it. Like,
yeah.
like
I liked it because it was silly.
it was silly and ridiculous.
How did it do critically?
Not good.
No,
Not
that
great.
makes sense.
But I know people who like it. I know people
Okay.
who loved it. Had in their top 10 of the year list.
No.
I'm
Who?
dead serious.
What was that terrifying?
I don't know. I
Oh,
think
that was the air
I
conditioning.
think it was the air
going off.
conditioning.
I thought the wall was going to fall onto us.
Here's one which I don't think you've seen, but I watched a lot growing up. John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13.
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay, it's a very cool movie about a bunch of cops who are basically in a police station, and a biker gang is trying to break in and kill them. But they shoot the biker gang almost like zombies. You don't ever hear them talk. They're just literally killing machines.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a really cool movie. There was a really bad remake with Ethan Hawke, like maybe 10 years ago, which was okay.
Was it the same title?
Same title.
Oh, I didn't
hate
hear
when they
about
do
that.
that. Here's another one from Renee Flores. One of my favorite movies from a couple years ago, What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Right?
I'm excited for the TV series too.
I know, but I kind of wish the original cast would be in it. I don't think it's going to be original
I
cast.
doubt it. Yeah, but yeah. See, here's the thing with TV reboots: you worry if they're going to get like funny comedians or
Yeah.
hot actors who can kind of deliver comedic lines.
Well, the thing that makes me, first of all, I love the movie. It's
Yeah, it's great.
one of my favorites. I think the fact that
Anything mockumentary style, I'm a huge fan of.
and the original crew is all involved.
Yeah.
Like they're producing, it looks like they're writing. So I think it could be really good. And they're making a sequel about swearwolves or whatever.
Is that actually still happening?
I heard it is, yeah.
Because they announced it at the time, but I haven't heard anything more about it. But yeah, Werewolves is going to be the title.
Yes. I'm really looking forward to that one. Here we go. A Clay at A Clay 19, Spider-Man 2002. One of your favorite movies.
This feels targeted to me.
No, I didn't. They don't know that you're on the show.
My favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
I know every word of that movie. Not
That's-
every word, but I can recite along. You know how some people are annoying when you watch Princess Bride where they talk
Yep.
along? I could do that, but I wouldn't. Princess
Okay.
Bride, it's annoying. But Spider-Man, I will recite along every line.
Like I'm in that camp where I love the first Spider-Man and I love the second one. Second one I like more, but
A lot of people do. I disagree with that.
I understand like why you like the first one. The first one to me, what Sam Raimi brought to that movie was not only just a great Spider-Man movie, but he brought some grittiness and some that last fight scene with Green Goblin is a all-out brawl. Like it felt like I wasn't watching a comic
I know
movie,
he's
but
getting hit with bricks.
yeah,
He's getting bloodied up.
slow motion, like explosions. Like you felt like a kinetic energy, and I think that Sam Raimi is really good at that.
And I like it's kind of like a state of magical realism in that Spider-Man movie. I also love scripts where they'll have callbacks to lines that other characters have said.
Okay.
Like a character will repeat a line when they weren't there to hear it said the first time.
Oh, I don't
That's
remember
so
that.
magical realism to me. There's a lot of line repetition
Okay.
in Spider-Man, and I like
Interesting.
that about it.
I recently rebought the new Blu-ray trilogy because I'll be honest, if you're listening, I don't hate Spider-Man 3.
Me neither.
I don't think it's that bad.
I'll fight everybody.
We'll tag team them. Let's go. Something else. I'm trying to do ones that you haven't, because a lot of these are pretty
Just read them out. I'm curious.
Matthew Wegg said Looper.
Oh, I love Looper.
Love Looper.
That's a good one.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I was so excited about Ryan Johnson directing Last Jedi because I absolutely love Looper. It was my top 5 of the year.
Yep.
The year it came out, I recently watched it last year, and it's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's kind of a good litmus test for like smart sci-fi fans as opposed to dumb sci-fi fans.
Interesting. Okay.
I've noticed that dumb sci-fi fans hate it because they find the ending anticlimactic.
No way, it's great.
And that's how you know they're stupid.
What's a dumb sci-fi movie?
Oh, Rogue One.
Rogue
I don't
One.
want to go there.
How dare you?
I
Okay,
don't want to.
I'm done.
I'm just saying, a lot of dumb people hate Looper. It's kind of a good litmus test.
Unbelievable. Well, I love Looper, and I was so on Last Jedi. So
Wow.
there we go. Oh, look at friend of the show, Chris Stuckman.
Hey, Chris Stuckman.
I think you might have stumped me here. A movie called Memories from 1995.
More like Chris Stumpman. No.
Have you heard of this movie, Memories?
It's hard to know if I've seen it with a one-word title, but I know I haven't seen it, but I've probably heard of it. 95. I was a fetus. No.
I'm looking it up on IMDb because I know about just about every movie. Oh, okay. It looks like it's an anime. That's why.
Oh, that's why.
Not the biggest anime guy.
No, I don't watch like anime.
Memories is a made up of 3 separate sci-fi stories. In the first, magnetic rose 4 space travelers. Yada yada yada. It goes into each one.
So it's like an anthology. That sounds
fun.
That
sounds cool. And from the anime I'm seeing here, it looks like it could be pretty cool.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. Yeah, the animation.
All right, Stuckman, you stumped me on my own show. And Jenny, she's never seen it, so I'm not alone. But you know what? I'll check it out. It actually looks pretty interesting. Here we go. Rewatched Blade Runner 2049 from Chris C.C. Scorsese. Still beautiful. Love the movie. Did you see it?
That one.
God, Jenny.
Did you see it?
We gotta get you a movie.
You see everything.
I see everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty selective about movies. I only see ones that I think I'll really love or ones that look terrible because I like to heckle movies. I'm more likely to catch good movies like when they hit streaming. I'll watch them at home in the comfort of my living room.
That's just a shame because Blade Runner, I feel it's one of those movies I'm like, it was made for the big screen, a big sound system.
I heard such mixed things about the new one, so it didn't make me rush out to see it.
How do you feel about the original?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, well, you need to see the first one if you're gonna see the second one.
Yeah.
It is a true sequel.
Okay.
So do a double header one day. No, that's a really long night.
No, it sounds long because the new movie like 4 hours long.
Well, do a weekend. The first one's only like 2 hours. Second one's almost 3. But kill a week. One weekend, next weekend, do it. You'll like it. Castaway from Real Music Man 625. Trey Davis. Do you like Castaway?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, okay.
Do you like it? It's good. It's kind of a bummer. I don't like to rewatch it a lot.
I don't know. I guess it's kind of a bummer for me.
It bums me out.
Is it because like he comes home and Helen Hunt is like,
Well, it's just like it's stressful. It's stressful and sad.
I'll never forget when I watched that movie in theaters and saying to myself, why are there no animals on this damn island? There's no animals.
What about Wilson?
Well, he's like, he's not an animal. But I mean,
pet.
Yeah, I love Wilson. But like, I just remember like being like, I thought there was going to be, when I think
what do you want, like Robinson Crusoe? You want him to like befriend a helpful monkey?
Yeah. I think I was expecting more of an adventurous movie and it was more of a realistic movie.
Okay, you're right.
But growing older and watching it again, it's a fantastic movie.
When was the last time you saw it?
Probably only like a year and a half ago. I revisited not that long ago. I picked up on Blu-ray for like $5 and I was like, oh, you know what? I need to watch this again. Tom Cruise, sorry. I apologize.
Oh, Tom Cruise was great in that.
No, I apologize. Tom Hanks.
One of his few good performances.
He did a really good Tom Hanks.
Surprisingly nuanced for him.
Yeah, really good. Let's see. All right, we'll do like 2 more here. You've probably never seen that.
Wow, what? I want to know.
Blood Simple, Jake Mueller at Ferris Mueller 97. Blood Simple is one of the first Coen brother films. Not seen it?
Nope.
It's a revenge movie about a guy whose wife cheats on him and yada, yada, yada. It's very Coen brothers, very low budget. Frances McDormand stars in it, who's now married to one of the Coen brothers.
I know who Frances McDormand is.
Okay, just making sure. Yet you don't know her starring film.
Nope.
Blood Simple. So yeah, that's a good movie. It's really good. It's an older film, early 90s. But check it out if you want to see like early Coen brothers before they became the Coen brothers. All right, one more. I'm going to try to find something here that you might have seen or might not have seen. A lot of fandom threads.
I can scroll.
You want to scroll?
Yeah,
there you go.
In charge of the Twitter.
There you go. I'm throwing the phone over to her.
I can't wait to
I'll let you pick one or two.
The person that's seen Forever My Girl.
Oh, no. I don't think nobody wrote that. Look at all those notifications. Are you impressed?
Oh, someone just watched Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, I love Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I want to see but haven't seen on here.
Okay. Anything?
Oh, The Greatest Showman.
Is it really on there?
Did you see that?
No, I have not seen it.
Yeah, Alexis X Bruno.
Okay.
Has seen The Greatest Showman.
Any good?
I know you.
I haven't seen your video. I know you did a whole video about
spoilers, so
Oh no, wait! I know you didn't like it because you had a problem with the titling. I saw that on Twitter.
That's right.
Yeah. So you didn't like the movie? What was wrong with it?
No,
it's
I
Hugh
wanted
Jackman,
to like it. I honestly would still recommend it to fans of musicals because I think it is fun watching the big dance sequences. But it's basically just going to like a cabaret. It doesn't have any story to really prop it up with.
Is Hugh Jackman at least likable as usual?
No.
Come on.
He's not even playing a real character. He's likable in the sense that you can tell Hugh Jackman, the man, is having the time of his life.
Okay.
However, the P.T. Barnum character is not a real character. Surprisingly,
he's a horrible person.
Zephron and Zendaya were probably the most fun performances in the movie.
Okay.
They feel like they really brought it. But there again, they didn't have characters. Zephron kind of did. Zendaya was just a girl that does trapeze.
So if it's a very poppy musical that doesn't really have any substance, is what you're saying.
Yeah. But I feel like the way you parsed musical in that was very like damning against musicals.
No, okay.
There's a lot of poppy musicals that are nevertheless great shows.
But the music
this was not a great show.
But the music is a hit. Like the
music
album is like number one.
derivative.
It's like number one album on iTunes right now.
Yeah. It's very derivative of all different artists. It sounds like Pink. It sounds like Demi Lovato. It sounds like Mumford.
So
and
it doesn't
Sons.
fit
It
its
sounds
time
like Fall Out
frame.
Boy. I don't mind that it doesn't fit the time frame
Okay.
because you see musicals like Hamilton,
Okay.
modern music,
yeah, it's true.
old time setting. It's just more that the songs don't tie into the story.
Interesting.
Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
fine if it's an interesting story and then the characters are singing their feelings with modern sounding songs.
Okay.
But the songs and stories seem totally detached from each other.
Whereas
it's like Glee. It's like let's do a song now.
Let's throw in like Who Let the Dogs Out in the middle of like a crying scene.
Well not quite that level, but it felt like watching a jukebox musical.
Okay.
And you're watching a real musical.
And it's on
but the
shuffle.
songs are so disjointed, it feels like they weren't written for it. It feels like someone was tasked with taking Philip Phillips songs and fitting them into this existing story.
And there's no rhyme or reason, so it's like it's on shuffle. You never know what's going to come next kind of thing?
Yeah, well, kind of. And there's only really one song where the characters are singing dialogue.
Okay.
There's a negotiation song, and that's the only time that you couldn't take the song and put it on the radio because it's just about love or something.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're going to end it with The Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you have a video. Your last video was all about this.
It was about The Greatest Showman. It was very long.
Plug your YouTube and all
My
that
YouTube
stuff.
is Jenny Nicholson. It's the same. It's just my name. It's just my name as a YouTube channel, and I talk about movies. I talk about other strange things, and I don't only complain about stuff. Sometimes I like it.
You liked The Last Jedi.
I loved The Last Jedi.
You love Last Jedi. We're gonna have some more conversation
That's
on
not
that
gonna
down
win
the
over
road.
views.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for listening. Now, one thing I do for my Patreon followers is if you are a tier 3, I let you call into the show and do like a little 3-minute review. So basically, it's a chance for them to talk about a movie they just recently saw.
Nice.
Basically, a shortened version of what we just did for the past hour. And this week we have Mac. Mac was nice enough to call in, and well, he didn't really call in. He recorded it and emailed it to me. But I'm tagging that into this show. And if you also want to be featured on the show, go to my Patreon, follow me on there, and you don't have to donate or anything. Just go check it out. And if you see something you like, I like it because I get to interact with the fans more. Like I get to create content just for you guys. There'll actually even be a mini version of this podcast where you and I are going to argue about something. You don't know about what yet, but it'll be like a short 10-15 minute podcast that's only for my Patreon followers. It's going to be fun. The last 2 I did were franchise wars, and me and Spencer did Harry Potter versus Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, I went Lord of the Rings.
Very different.
And then we did Lethal Weapon franchise against the Fast and Furious franchise.
That's hard for a different reason.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for listening. Jenny, thank you so much for being on my show.
Thank you.
And guys, keep watching those movies.
Hey guys, this is Matt Krupp with the movie review for the podcast. So I'm browsing through Netflix and I came across this film called Wakefield, starring Bryan Cranston. And without going into too much in the movie, essentially, Bryan Cranston is married to Jennifer Garner. Not the perfect married couple, and they have 2 daughters. Brian and Jennifer get in a fight, and Brian doesn't show up for supper, and he kind of hides out in this house behind theirs. And on the top of the house, there's like a clear view of their kitchen. So he's kind of spying on them, seeing how they would react. He accidentally falls asleep, and Jennifer Garner is like freaking out, like, oh, where's my husband? And he likes the idea of seeing how they react to when he's gone. And essentially, Bryan Cranston takes this just a little too far, but he essentially learns more about his family when he's gone, and in a way learns something about him. So I really dug the premise of this movie. There's a line of dialogue where Brian tells the audience, like, don't judge me, you thought of it too. And I thought to myself, like, okay, he's onto something here. Because, like, I think everyone at a point has thought, oh, if something happened to me in this situation, how would so-and-so react, or how would a loved one react? And that hit me. That hit me. It did. Acting was good, especially Jennifer Garner, because Mainly Bryan Cranston's the only one talking. It's more monologue over visuals, but Jennifer Garner sells it. Um, the makeup in the movie is good. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna get into the spoiler stuff, but Bryan Cranston works it with what he has to wear. um, it's not the perfect movie though. There's some pacing issues. There's a point where I want this movie to end. There's like 15 minutes where it just doesn't make sense. And then there's some weird score issues. Like they played chase music on what I thought was an emotional scene. So I came out confused after that. I'd say watch it if you have like nothing to do. Um, like there's some good stuff in it, and it's just not a perfect movie. So I mean, it's on Netflix. Wakefield's the film. Let me know what you guys think. All right, take it easy.